Hey guys, today's Sunday, February the 4th of 2024, and this is called Market Recap, where I look at all the sectors and just kind of see what's good, what's hot, what's not, avoid, and might be interested in. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, the indices are grinding higher. They're pushing higher. I'm looking at the monthly just to cut out the noise, and just the trend is up. The only one here is the Russell is just kind of stuck in a rut here. As you can see, just sideways, having a tough time making new highs. But everybody else is grinding higher, and the VIX is in a sweet spot around 14, very quiet, but it's good. Look at the energy. And what's interesting here, let's got to go to a week, because a week you could kind of tell. You can see that, hold on here. They got this big slam to the downside this week. RBOB, crude, heating oil is kind of inside day weekly. Natural gas already basing a little bit. So you remember the anomaly I mentioned, that when you see crude and the energy sector going down, sometimes natural gas does the opposite. So keep an eye on that for this week. If they continue to push it lower, sometimes natural gas is weird. It goes up. It goes, the opposite of what everybody else is doing. And when they're all going up, natural gas starts going down. So keep an eye on that. But so far, weakness. Ethanol is just digging deeper. Bonds. I'm not into bonds. Softs. Look at cocoa. Grinding higher. It's like the top is not in yet. So if you're a long cocoa, you're doing well. Cotton. Nice little retracement. Could test 90. We're in this area right here. Orange juice got this nice reversal. Weekly candle, what I call a bull kicker. So it looks like it could test that high. So let's see if it could make a new high or fail new high. That might be a good short if it fails. Coffee just kind of sideways here in this top range. Not a new low, but not a new high. And lumber kind of sideways in a rut. I think the best thing is just to put the monthly, and that's when you can see the chop fest here on cotton. You can see it trending, pull back, just kind of sideways here. The lumber's the same, and sugar trending higher. Got this pullback. Interesting to see if it's going to take out that high. Metals, just a big chop fest. Looks like it wants to grind higher, but it's having a tough time with these, trying to stay above there and push higher. Silver's just been a whole chop suey dooey right here. Nothing's really going on. This is the monthly. I'm cutting out all the noise. You can just see 25, somewhere around 20, 21, 22 is just sideways. Platinum, same thing. Nothing, just consolidating back and forth, chop. Copper, chop fest. Nothing really interesting. Doesn't want to go up, but doesn't want to go down. And it's just sideways. Looks like the metals are just waiting for something to happen. Palladium is the one I'm the most interested in. It's not going sideways, it's trending, and it's trending to the downside. I'm going to make a video on Palladium when I have some chance, but I've been researching it here and there when I have pockets of breath and space. And I'm building my portfolio. Like a portfolio, but like stock ideas. So I'm building a list, and I'm going to narrow them down to like the best that I think. I think I'm having a tough time finding U.S. Palladium stocks. There's like a bunch of them are all from South Africa. And South Africa, man, it's the Wild West. So, it's kind of very risky, but that's what I'm coming across in my research. So if you find any U.S. stocks, there might be some OTC ones there, but if it has good volume, I'm okay. But I'm looking for something a little more stable in a stable region. that's, that's me. Put it in the comments and let me know what stocks you recommend. But I'm building my thesis. I got some levels that once I see these levels get hit, I'm gonna pull the trigger, and I'm not gonna buy in bulk. I'm just gonna buy a little stock, build a position on a couple of stocks with the money I made with the uranium, and just see what happens. But that's my game plan. Live cattle. If you look at the weekly, this was a good trade to the downside. I told people, if you were short, to get out, because it's gonna go retest this high possibly. And look, it looks like it's heading to test that high again. So let's see if it could test it, continue pushing higher, maybe like cocoa, or fail new high. And then you got to be careful, because this is a 1, 2, and then the 3 is the big wave, according to the Elliott wave. Same thing with here, or an ABC correction. You never know, it could go both ways, ABC, depending on where the cycle is on live cattle and all that. So the same thing is following for feeder. Lean hogs, same thing. Grains, this is interesting. I like to put the monthly. You can see this just in the downtrend. Some kind of support here. I'd like to see if that's going to hold. But if I was interested in corn, I'd like to see if I could get down to 300. I'll be interested there. Looks like this could maybe hold on soybean oil. But the trend is down. It's obvious. You can see it in the monthly, making lower highs and lower lows. Soybean meals following. Oats, kind of based off here, popped. So it's kind of now sideways. Like to see, maybe it could be a failed new low. And it looks like there's a lot of support here from 2019. So, this might be an interesting trade. Oats. Rough rice, same thing, just kind of sideways, having a tough time around 18, which is around here. We could break out and take out 20, might test that high. Looks like soybean is finding support here at 1188. So let's see if this holds for next week, and maybe go sideways, and maybe do a trend line and see if it breaks above there. Wheat pushing low at 601. Interesting. Let's see if it could get down there, or if this holds. And canola got this nice pop, hold back, and that's it. Currencies. This one's interesting. I'm watching the US dollar, but it's just chop fest. The dollar doesn't want to go higher, but doesn't want to go lower. And if you do some trend lines, you can see we're all in a wedge. Everybody's in a wedge. The euro's in a wedge. See that? Everybody's in a wedge. Maybe not this one. This one's a little hard. But here it's all a wedge. Where it's going to break out? Well, I'll be watching the dollar, because the dollar is going to lead whatever's going to happen. And you just got to keep an eye on that. But everybody's kind of like in a wedge. This was a little wedge here too on the Aussie, the New Zealand dollar. So it's just building pressure. That's what I call it, building pressure right here. And if you do probably a squeeze play indicator, it's just building pressure where it's going to explode one direction. So what you could do is look at seasonality for January, February, March for the dollar, what it typically does. Do some cycle analysis, Gann, throw in some Gann technique on it and see, what probabilities and forecasts you could get, and hopefully find some clusters that could lead to your thesis and your forecast of where you think this is going to go. But it's been sideways since 2023 and hasn't done much. We did that high at 114. So that's that to lead into all these currencies. But my popular one, and the one I am focused on, is this guy right here, Palladium. The deeper it goes, the better it is. There is a number I'm watching, one of Gann's technique that you guys find out once I do a video on it. Once it gets there, I'm gonna start building a position. Right now, I'm not gonna build a position yet. I'm just watching it. Well, if you like this video, I'm gonna sign out. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on market recap.